Eliminate the workplace excuse. That's what leaders do. This is the Career Blindspot Podcast.
CBQ. What is Blindspot coaching, Juan?
So Blindspot coaching is my 60-day engagement. Not everyone loves Tony Robbins or sales coaching, and I'm a fan of those things. I've done quite a bit. Shout out to Rico, my big brother coach, and all the other mentors. But for example, what do you think of Tony Robbins?
I don't really think much of him.
I feel like you cringe every time stuff like that comes up.
Yeah, I mean, he's very cookie cutter.
Not for you.
Right.
But clearly the guy.
That's a nice way to say it. Yeah.
And clearly his methods, while controversial or at least not for everyone, it's a business that attracts and has to at least help some people some of the time and significantly. And I for the record, I like him. And this will be a very short episode, actually a teaser for a series about the 60-day Blindspot engagement that I've been polishing for the last couple of years, and in the last probably 2 years, I'm doing my clients the best service I can provide by doing at a minimum this 60-day engagement. And so another way to think of it is it's direct therapy to do your best work. And one of the things I had to work on is realizing it's not for everyone. And I encourage you to be careful here, but I've crossed the streams by coaching Courtney. She's been kind of my guinea pig amongst other friends. But not everyone is ready to embrace their blind spots, and everyone is ready to go to therapy. Is that fair?
I think that's more than fair, yes. I know that you've been very patient with me.
Well, and as there's being your partner, but then also there's being a professional service provider. Even, hell, you if you've ever been invoiced by Career Blindspot, Courtney had something to do with it, and I fired her
many times.
And I would say not in the last post pandemic. We ironed it out, and we have other contract and vendors that help us out quite a bit. But the point is that you're doing inner work, you're embracing what you think is a negative side of you, and you're making it work for you. And here's how we do it. And we'll break these down in 5 episodes, actually in reverse, but we do an intensive in-person, and maybe not intensive I want to scare the shit out of you, but more of we're going to look into the abyss. We're going to reflect. I asked you, you recently went through the newest version. What did it feel like going through all the questions?
It was, I think intense is the best way to say it. Not that you made it intense. It's just it's a deep look into what you're doing and why.
Deep cut, deep dive. And then we'll have 3 Zooms over the course of that 60 days, roughly 8-9 weeks. I do communicate or encourage communication via text, voice memo. Not everyone is doing voice memo as much as I do, but email, whatever works for you. And then we leverage key resources. So all this correlates with these premium DISC motivators, EQ, skills, acumen, blind spots, as well as these not that complicated, but for me, they've been game changer 5 career blind spots. That's what we named the company after. The original first 5 episodes that Courtney told me, these are not good. You need to do better. No, you can do better. She wasn't being mean. She was getting me to do my better work. And I still don't want to listen to those, but I'm sure they're good enough. Anyway, we'll break those down in reverse and ultimately end on a new work mindset, synonymous with the book, A New Work Mindset, which is more of a printed blog, which puts it all together. And so for this episode, like I said, it's a short one. There's a blind spot survey in the show notes that you can take and just get a quick read on, hey, here's some areas that I want to work on. Oh, actually, this is pretty good about me. Assuming you're a leader, career seeker, looking to get more or do better in your workplace. And if you really want to put some skin in the game, we're going to put a PDF that you can purchase on careerblindspot.com's website, which you can follow along. Otherwise, if you want to engage with me directly, that's what the website's for. As someone who's gone through many iterations of blind spot coaching, assessments, etc., what are some warnings or some insights you would give anyone who's going to follow along with us, Courtney?
Get ready to get outside of your comfort zone, but also to kind of move the goalpost on what your comfort zone is. That's been the biggest thing for me.
What's been, and if this makes me look bad or less than flattering, that's okay, but what's been the hardest part of actually doing or getting ready to do it?
I think the hardest thing for me so far has been making sure that I'm doing the things that you're asking of me, maybe 90% of the time, but then there's that 10% and you are like, no, you need to do it 100% of the time. And for me, I'm like, but it's so uncomfortable. And you're like, that's the point.
But it's fair, and I would challenge that. It's the words that those of you who don't know us, I'm not your accountability coach.
Correct.
And Courtney, this opens a different can of worms, but I need you to hold me accountable or tell me what to do. And I'm like, I'll tell you what to do based on what you're telling me you want. But if you don't want to do it, great. Just tell me that. Tell me if you're not in the mood, you have an upset stomach, your dog died, you are feeling great and you want to go for a marathon. All I'm asking is tell me the truth because I don't want to hold you accountable. But if you're going to put all this effort in and then you're not going to go, make the stew with all these ingredients that is your life and your assessments and your career, because really that's all we're doing. You already have it all. You have, in fact, more than enough. But is it actually getting you to where you want to go? And most people, they don't even know where they want to go. So I am not your accountability coach, but I will be asking you, not just me, yourself, tell yourself the truth. And I don't know is a great place to start. So check out that Blindspot survey link. That one's free. And if you're ready to invest in yourself like you wish a boss, peers, new companies would, consider purchasing and downloading that PDF to follow along with the Blindspot coaching. And actually, it will be in 2 weeks from this episode because dun 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 dun. No, that's not how it goes. But Superman is coming out. I'm really excited for it. And we are going to dissect his leadership style in honor of the new movie. And then we will kick off those 5. So that'll be a new series as well, where hopefully it's not too controversial or too divisive. Famous people, real or fake, and learn about how they lead in their challenges. So until then, we'll see you for the next one.
Bye.
I make this show for leaders, those who don't point fingers, but point towards ways they can do better at work. My ask for listening is you share the show on social and or with other leaders, established or aspiring. Until then, no talent, no culture, no excuses.